Hi, good afternoon. My name is Nicole Von Kanel from the Worldwide Partner Group at Microsoft. I'm here in Washington, D.C. at the Worldwide Partner Conference with Darren Bibby from IDC, who is the Program Director for Software Channels Research.
You got it? That's it.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Nicole Von Kanel, so is that Dutch?
No, it's not. I am a quarter Dutch, but my name is Swiss.
Well, that's even better because the Swiss were the only team to beat Spain in the World Cup, something the Netherlands couldn't do. So
Go
very
World
good.
Cup.
You win on all accounts.
Excellent. I'll use that tonight as a fast party fact.
You should.
So, were you lucky enough to attend the keynotes today?
I did. Yeah, they were great.
You got to see the all-star lineup of Steve Ballmer, Bob Maglia, Stephen Elop, Tammy Reller. So, what did you think the big themes were that emerged during the keynotes?
I'm going to need a hint.
Do you need a hint? It starts with a C, it ends with a D, has its own World Cup-related theme song.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting it. No, but cloud obviously was the big story this morning, and I'm glad it was. I think that I've been to several partner conferences now, starting in 2006 in Boston, where Steve Ballmer said, hey, we know this thing called SaaS, or didn't really call it cloud or S+S at the time, we know it's coming, we're not exactly sure what to do yet, but stay tuned because we'll be on it. And you fast forward a couple more years to 2008 in Houston, and there's a little bit more guidance Microsoft was providing, and there was this hybrid software plus services strategy we think is just the natural right strategy. I'm not a big fan of the name, but, and then you fast forward to today where we're really starting to fill in the gaps to this whole strategy, and so I think we heard a lot today, and I know we're going to talk a little bit like the Azure Appliance and that. I think we're starting to fill in some of the gaps to the whole strategy, so I was really impressed with everything I heard today, some nice surprises.
Excellent, good. Well, we're definitely all in with the cloud. So Steve talked about the journey that we're on and that Microsoft, there's no stopping us now, we're moving to the cloud, and that partners who want to be with us on the journey need to get all in with the cloud as well.
Yeah. So
do you think partners are ready for the transition to the cloud?
It's a great question. I mean, you can't say that all partners are ready. I think that if we look back to 2006, very few partners would have been ready. Again, 2008, a few more. We were starting to get some best practices and case studies from partners back then. So we've even got more partners today who are ready, but there's still, now it's time for the masses to go there. I just can't see a couple of guys in their basement coming out with a new application that is shipping with CDs. I mean, it's going to be a cloud-based application, and I think just we're so on our way to cloud, and Ballmer said it's inevitable in that, and that's a quote that we've used before, the cloud's inevitable. So I think that we'll start to see more and more partners making those final kind of inroads and focusing on it. The one piece of research, one insight we've seen is that the partners who focus on the cloud, or they take something like BPOS and take it very, very seriously, and they integrate it into their business, or they're a cloud startup focused on online services, those guys do great. The ones who are still kind of dabbling, they don't fully believe in it, they're not doing quite as well as the others. So we're going to get there.
Focus is key in the cloud.
Focus is key.
Finding your first primary area of focus. Yeah. That's good advice, thank you. So during Bob Maglia's keynote, he made a big announcement today with the Windows Azure Appliance.
Yeah.
That definitely gives customers a lot of choice in terms of how they want to deploy their cloud applications and cloud services, whether they want to do that with Microsoft or with a partner or in their own data centers. And how important do you think that flexibility and choice is for the customer? And it's certainly differentiating for Microsoft. Yeah,
it's very important for the customer because it's going to give them more ways to consume the software applications, the solutions they need. I think it's very important for partners because this was almost one of those gaps that we had, and this is the filler to those gaps. I think you heard it from the leader of Compugen out of Canada. He said that this was the missing piece for him with the strategy. So he's going to be able to do a lot, I think, for his customers, and be a lot of companies like his who'll do very well with this.
Excellent. We're excited about that Azure Appliance. So moving on to the business productivity keynote with Stephen Elop. So he talked a lot about Microsoft Online Services. He announced some partnerships with telcos, so some of them we've had for a while, they're ongoing relationships, but then some new ones like Bell Canada. And so I think that really helps in terms of targeting the SMB customers, so small and mid-market. What do you think about the opportunity for telcos in that space, and what does it mean?
Well, the opportunity for telcos as well as other partners who will be partnering with companies like Telstra and like Bell Canada and others. I think it's a great opportunity for those telco companies. I mean, if you think of their history, they've come through, they had a very exciting time when long distance was 50 cents a minute and huge margins, but that's really gone down and that's gone away. So now, enter into this decade and they're starting to have these kind of premium business services that they can start to offer. And they're in a good position to do it because they've got the provisioning, they've got the billing, they've got all the relationships with small businesses, they've got the monthly bill with them. I mean, they've got such a good opportunity with small business for that. And I think small businesses will very naturally look to telcos for that kind of business. And then again, I think there's some partner-to-partner networking that can happen here, and get some of those smaller partners who are going to help smaller businesses through the telcos.
Definitely. I think there's a huge services opportunity once a telco goes in and sells that Microsoft Online
services. It's a good point, because the telco themselves are likely not going to have all of the feet on the street to be able to do that kind of services work.
Yeah, it's definitely good for SharePoint partners who can come in after that Microsoft Online Services has gone in. Yeah. So I've asked you a lot of questions. You're going to be very busy at the conference here in DC. You have a session, I believe.
You know about all the parties I'm going to, apparently.
Definitely, I see all those wristbands. So tell me a little bit about your session, give a plug for it so partners can go and see you again. Sure,
I've got a session on Thursday at 11:15 a.m. It's called Unconventional Strategies for Unconventional Times. I think we are in this unconventional time right now. We're coming out of a recession. And we've got kind of a new normal in software, if I'd call it that. We see a huge jump in subscription revenue and a huge jump in software as a service cloud type revenue. So it's a new world. So I'm going to be talking about 6 strategies, unconventional, alternative, anyway, 6 strategies that companies can look at to succeed in this new normal business environment that we're in. So Thursday, 11:15, love to see you there.
Excellent, thank you so much. Have a great conference, and thanks for chatting with me.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you.